All right, hey Chipola Nation, we're here with Coach Donnie Tyndall from the Chipola Indians. Coach, how you doing?
I'm good, B. How are you?
All right, Coach, we are down to the end of the conference race here. We got only 5 games left, and right now we're just a little bit behind Tallahassee, but we still got an opportunity to win out, and so tell us what's next.
Well, you're exactly right. We're a game behind Tallahassee now. We lost a tough one at their place last night by 3. A game that really could have went either way. We just didn't take care of the basketball well enough, Brian, and unfortunately lost a tough game. But, we still control our own destiny from the standpoint if we could win out, then we would end up 13-3. Depending on what Tallahassee does in their other games, they would have at least one more loss versus us. If they win the rest of them, they would be 13-3. And then I believe the tiebreaker goes to the next team in the standings, which would be Pensacola. If we went out, we would have 4 wins against Pensacola. They would only have 3.
Okay.
So it'd give us a tiebreaker there, and we would be the number 1 seed. So a lot of basketball ahead, though. I'm not looking past Saturday night against a really good Northwest Florida team.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we're still got all our goals right there in front of us with a chance to accomplish each of them.
That's great. So 5 games left, and 3 of the games in the Milt, which is always good. Like you said, Northwest coming here on Saturday night. How are they playing right now?
They've been a little bit up and down. As you probably know, their coach left about mid-year because of some health issues with his family, and so that's an adjustment for any young coach. Coach Lang has done a nice job, though. They've had a couple nice wins, some tough losses. We played pretty well over there against them in the second half and won convincingly, but they're talented. They have arguably the best backcourt in the league, 2 really good guards, and then they got the Ohio State transfer Gaffney, 6'10", monster athlete. So it's not that they're not talented.
Yeah.
They just play up and down a little bit.
Exactly. And so you can't take anybody for granted.
Not in this league, buddy. I'm telling you. And I knew that on the front end now. People are like, did you understand how good the Panhandle was? I absolutely did. And I recruited this league for years. I know all the great teams and coaches and players that have been in this league. And that's a big part of why I came here, because I love that competition and you're battling for your life each and every night. That's fun. It makes everything competitive and it gets the juices flowing, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, not to look forward too far, but I mean, it does look like if we take care of the basketball and we do what we're supposed to do, that we have a pretty good chance of making the state tournament. And now tell us, where's that going to be this year?
Well, when you go talking about taking care of the basketball, are you alluding you have any eligibility left? Because I need a point guard that won't turn it over.
Somebody to hold on to it? I do not. No.
But I do like our chances where we sit. Like we just talked about, there's so much basketball ahead of us. Pensacola's capable of beating anybody and getting on a run. And if they win out and we don't finish the way we should, then they could overtake us. But I do like where we sit. But the goal is never to come in second. As you know, we're trying to win this league, and we still have a chance to do that.
Right. And now when you win the league, you get a better bracket. You get a second-place team from another conference in the 8-team tournament, which that's going to be played at Northwest this year, right?
Correct.
So that's a nice, easy drive for us, but it's still in a it's kind of a hostile environment over there.
Well, no question about it, and I think a lot of that will be predicated on who's in, and if Northwest isn't in, then obviously it won't be quite as hostile. But I think every team in this league, every team in this state that's getting an opportunity to play in that tournament will probably travel pretty well.
Yeah.
And I'm certainly hopeful we'll have a great contingent of fans follow us and have it hostile for the other team in our favor.
Right. Now, Coach, not to put you on the spot, but have you heard anything about fans for the state tournament?
I have not. I do know at this point in time, Northwest Florida is allowing like 40% capacity to their home games.
Okay.
So I would be surprised if it would be any less than that, maybe more for the state tournament.
Well, that would be the biggest crowd that at least our freshmen have ever seen playing for Chipola.
Yeah, when we went over to Northwest Florida, they had a great game. Of course, the girls played before us. Were playing for the number 1 seed in the number 1 ranking in the country, so that was probably a little bit a part of that draw. But there was a great crowd there. They were into the game, and so I'm hopeful that if at least you get 40% capacity, we'll have some nice crowds in there.
Cool. Well, Donnie, I want to get a little bit personal with you. You've been here now for how long? Did you get here in
Late June.
June?
Yep.
Okay. And you've heard all the legend of Chipola basketball. So what do you think thus far?
Well, I'm first and foremost very prideful to be the coach at Chipola. I understand the rich tradition. You go back to Coach Johnson and Kermit Davis and Chris Jans and Greg Heyer. You can go down the list of great coaches and all the great players, the All-Americans and the guys that went on to play pro basketball and high Division I basketball. So I never take that for granted, and I always want people to know how appreciative I am of this opportunity, starting with Dr. Clemens and our AD, Coach Johnson.
Right.
Those people were very supportive, and then when you get here, it's not like they say, okay, you're here, go away, do your thing. They're there for you if you need something, and that goes all the way around our entire department, from Coach Belinda to Greg Franklin. The assistant coaches on those staffs have helped my assistant coaches. So bottom line is I'm very, very happy I made the decision. I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and I love it. We gotta quit turning the darn ball over, and I'll be even more satisfied.
Yeah, that's great. Well, and we like to take credit for Kermit Davis, and he's had a decent career after leaving Chipola. He stopped off here. He was associate head coach to Milt Johnson, and then moved on to several big-time programs. And I know he's a friend of yours, and he's doing great. But we take all credit for him. So we don't ever want you to leave us, but if you happen to leave us, I can promise you we're going to take credit for everything.
I'm fine with that. I don't plan to leave, and I know Kermit will be appreciative to hear that you're giving him some credit. He's a great guy, been a great friend to me for a long time, and was a big mentor to me. A lot of things we do are things I learned from him.
Right. All right. Well, Coach, 5 more games. And again, we're here Saturday night, March 13th in the Milt, and then back Wednesday with Gulf Coast, and then finish up at home on the 23rd with TCC, and then last game on the road, March 27th at Northwest. And remind me when the state tournament starts?
April 8th through the 10th.
8th through 10th.
Yep.
Okay, so write that down, people, and hopefully we'll be in that, and we'll be able to ride over to Niceville and see some of those games.
And if you get in shape and can play any point guard between now and then, let me know, please.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right, B.